This is Tony T from TonySpitz.com with our free college football pick show. We got week 3, part 1. We'll have all 9 games from the nooners, the 12 Eastern time starts. Before we get underway, you guys, be sure to visit TonySpitz.com. You got my best bets. The link is in the description. And like and subscribe for more free pick videos. Let's get it started. We've got here Oklahoma State and Tulsa college football pick here for Saturday. Oklahoma State, I should say here, 2-0 after their 39-31 home overtime win against Arkansas. Cowboys' ground attack was stuffed for 2.3 yards per carry. Defensively, they allowed 648 yards to the Razorbacks with 416 passing yards and 232 on the ground. Tulsa sits at 1-1 after their 28-24 road defeat at Arkansas State. Golden Hurricane ran effectively with 163 yards for over 5 yards a carry. They passed for 199 yards. Tulsa's pass defense failed them here, giving up 255 yards on 32 carries. Golden Hurricane has experience on offense. They're putting up points on the scoreboard this season. Oklahoma State is continuing that trend of poor defense that we saw last year. They're allowing 518 yards per game, 6.6 yards per play. Tulsa quarterback Kirk Francis has been accurate in getting the ball downfield in the passing game. Played Tulsa plus 20.5. North Texas and Texas Tech college football pick for Saturday. North Texas 2-0 after their victory here against FCS Stephen F. Austin. They're rushing for nearly 6 yards a carry, threw for 332 yards in the game. They limited the Lumberjacks to just over 2 yards per rush, 181 passing on 39 attempts. They opened the season with a 52-38 win at South Alabama. Texas Tech falls to 1-1, a 37-16 road defeat at Washington State. Offense moved the football for 491 yards with over 5 yards per rush, 343 yards passing, but on 60 attempts. But they turned the ball over 4 times. Defensively, they allowed 301 yards rushing to the Cougars. Mean Green has been strong offensively, averaging 527 yards per game, 6.9 yards per play. The Red Raiders defense is giving up 515 yards per game. Even Abilene Christian took Texas Tech to overtime in the opener. Opponents are putting up 44 points per game on the Red Raiders. Mean Green 11-6 as an underdog, 13-2 to the over in the first half, by the way. Texas Tech 3-7 to the spread over their past 10 September games. TCU transfer Chandler Morris has been effective at quarterback for North Texas, playing North Texas plus 9.5. Alabama and Wisconsin college football pick for Saturday. Alabama 2-0 after a 42-16 home win to USF. They rallied after being up just 14-13 after 3 quarters. They finished with 393 yards, running for 5 yards a carry. Alabama turned it over 3 times. The team passed for 199 yards on 27 attempts. They allowed 206 yards rushing to the Bulls, but defended the pass effectively. Wisconsin 2-0 after their 27-13 home win. The FCS school, South Dakota. The Badgers rushed for over 4 yards a carry, passed for 214 on 27 attempts. They limited the Coyotes to 237 yards for the game. Alabama has faced weak defensive teams in their first 2. Now they're going to get some resistance here from this Badgers team. The Crimson Tide is defending well, holding teams to 227 yards, 8 points allowed per game. Wisconsin defending, holding opponents to 250 yards per game. They are experienced defensively. The Badgers will have trouble here running on the Crimson Tide team, allowing 2.7 yards per rush. Their quarterback Tyler Van Dyke averaging a career low 6.4 yards per pass attempt. Play Alabama and Wisconsin under 51. Central Michigan and Illinois college football pick Saturday. Central Michigan 1-1 after their 52-16 road defeat to FIU. The Chippewas put up 369 yards with inefficient passing. They have a -7 turnover margin. Defensively, they held the Golden Panthers to 309 yards with 185 rushing for nearly 6 yards per rush. Joe Labus threw for 5 picks. Illinois 1-1 after their 23-17 home win to Kansas. The final Illini were held to 271 yards with only 79 rushing yards for under 3 yards per rush. Illinois had a +3 turnover margin. On defense, they allowed 325 yards to the Jayhawks with 186 rushing on 33 carries. Quarterback Luke Altmaier was 16 of 25 for 192 yards. Central Michigan has experienced playmakers. The Chippewas allow 5.6 yards per carry. 4 starters returned on the offensive line for the Fighting Illini and should be able to exploit the Chips on the ground. It is the Brett Bielema style. They are getting efficient pass production. The play here will be on Central Michigan and Illinois over 51. Memphis and Florida State college football pick. Here we go for Saturday. Memphis 2-0 after their 38-17 home win to Troy. The Tigers put up 372 yards with 211 rushing on 29 attempts. A good defensive performance by Memphis as they held the Trojans to 251 yards with 3 yards per rush and effectively defending the pass. Seth Hennigan hit on 20 of 39 passes for 161 yards and a touchdown. Florida State 0-2 after their 28-13 home defeat to Boston College. Seminoles' ground attack was limited to 21 yards on 16 carries. On defense, they allowed 263 rushing yards on 52 attempts. DJ Ugalale, 21 of 42 passing for 272 yards with a touchdown and a pick. That's only 50% completion rate there. Memphis returned 10 starters on offense and put up 39 points a game, which is on par with last season. The Tigers' defense surrendering 29 points a game in 2023. This will be a biggest challenge. And again, he's been accurate in the passing game. The Seminoles 9-5 to the over at home. The Tigers 8-2 to the over on the road. We're going to go Memphis and Florida State over 52. Cincinnati and Miami, Ohio college football pick for Saturday. Cincinnati 1-1 after that heartbreak 28-27 home defeat to Pittsburgh. The Bearcats blew a 27-3 lead late in the third quarter. They put up 447 yards of offense, 151 rushing. On defense, they allowed nearly 500 yards to the Panthers, 302 passing yards. Brendan Sorsby, 22 of 38 for 298 yards and 3 touchdowns. Miami 0-1, a 13-6 road defeat at Northwestern. They finished with 267 yards of offense with 40 rushing yards for under 2 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 338 yards to the Wildcats with 150 rushing for 5 yards per carry. Brett Gabbert, 22 of 37 for 227 yards and 2 picks. Gabbert, an experienced quarterback. Miami, Ohio, inexperienced on defense as they took a hit in the transfer portal. The Bearcats defense giving up 468 yards. Sorsby showing improvement with accuracy and downfield passing. Cincinnati is allowing 5.6 yards per rush. The Bearcats 4-0 to the over in their past 4 road September games. Play Cincinnati, Miami, over 45. Louisiana Tech and NC State college football pick Saturday. Louisiana Tech 1-0 after their 25-17 home win to FCS Nichols. Nicholls State, the Bulldogs finished at 3-9 last year for head coach Sonny Cumbie. The team returns 5 starters to offense, 5 to the defense. They're struggling offensively, scoring and converting third downs. They had success throwing the football. On defense, they allowed 34 points per game and surrendered 5.7 yards per rush. Pass defense was their strength. Their leading pass receivers have exited the program. Quarterback Jack Turner was injured last week. He has seen limited action the past 2 seasons and completed a career here 56% of his passes, 6.7 yards per pass attempt, which is 1 more interception than touchdowns thrown. Evan Bullock is the backup who could see the field. He threw for 5 passes in his redshirt freshman year. NC State 1-1, a 51-10 beatdown. They lose at home to not home. It was a neutral site game to Tennessee. The Wolfpack gained 143 yards rushing for 39 yards on 28 carries. They had 3 turnovers. On defense, they allowed 460 yards to the Volunteers with 249 rushing. Grayson McColge's 15 of 22 for 104 yards and a pick. These offensive defensive lines were pretty much smashed by Tennessee. They could be softened up for this spot. The Bulldogs come off a bye week. The Wolfpack could not separate in week 1 and failed to cover here against FCS Western Carolina as they allowed 21 points. The Wolfpack allowed 5.9 yards per rush in the game. NC State 4-10 to the spread as a favorite. We'll take Louisiana Tech here at plus 21.5. LSU and South Carolina college football pick Saturday. LSU 1-1 after their 44-21 home win at Nicholls State. They opened the year with a 27-20 defeat on a neutral site in Vegas to USC. Tigers were held in that game to 4.5 yards per rush with effective passing. Defensively, they stuffed their Trojans' ground attack but allowed 378 yards passing. Garrett Nussmeier, 29 of 38 against USC for 304 yards. South Carolina 2-0, a 31-6 road win. They smashed Kentucky last week. Wow, that was impressive. Gamecocks were held to under 3 yards per rush. The defense thrived by holding the Wildcats to 183 yards with 44 passing on 17 attempts. Lenoris, a stellar 11 of 13 passing, 159 yards with 2 touchdowns and a pick. South Carolina's defense, man, that was something, stuffing that experienced Kentucky team last week. They're doing a great job in pass defense. The Tigers allowing 73% completions with that 8.9 yards per pass attempt. They did give up 21 points to an FCS school and 150 rushing yards. LSU struggles defensively and looks to continue this year. Last year, right? They did that last year with that defense. LSU 3-8 to the spread as a favorite on the road. We will take South Carolina +7. Arkansas State and a Michigan college football pick for Saturday. All right, Arkansas State 2-0 after their 20-24 a home win to Tulsa. The Red Wolves gained 396 yards, 141 on the ground. They held the Golden Hurricane to 362 yards with 163 rushing for 5 yards a carry. Jalen Rayner, 21-32 for 255 yards with 2 touchdowns and a pick. He rushed for 73 yards and a touchdown. Michigan drops a 1-1, a 31-12 home loss to Texas. Wolverines struggled on the ground with 80 yards on 23 carries. They surrendered 389 yards to Longhorns with 246 passing yards. They had a -3 turnover margin. Davis Warren, 22 of 33 for 204 yards with a touchdown and 2 picks. Michigan will be in a bounce-back mood here after that home loss. The Red Wolves' run defense subpar, gave up 199 yards rushing, 6.2 yards per rush. Michigan struggled in pass defense last weekend. The Red Wolves have a dual-threat quarterback that can make things happen scoring-wise. This one has gone up a little bit, but we like it still. Arkansas State, Michigan, over 47.5. All right, that was our college football part one, week 3, part 1. So guys, if you're looking for more free picks, just subscribe to our channel. We'll get more of our free picks. And if you're looking for my best bets, my best plays at Tony'sPicks.com, my premiums, click the link in the description and get on over. I'm Tony T. We'll talk to you later.